So the One Piece fan letter released a little bit over a week ago, and it received a bunch of positive feedback from the community. It's rated a 9.20 on my anime list and is a 9.6 out of 10 on IMDB. I was unfortunately unable to do a reaction for it because my internet was out for like 5 days when it released, and then after my internet finally came back on, I got a sinus infection. But I do have some YouTube shorts of the key moments from the episode, so if you guys are interested on seeing my reaction, it is on my channel. But since I couldn't do a reaction, I wanted to give my overall thoughts on the episode and just how much of an impact this episode and world building has on the One Piece verse. The fan letter is a loose adaptation of the novel Straw Hat Stories, which was released to commemorate the One Piece's anime's 25th anniversary, and it was directed by Megumi Ishitani. And if you don't know who she is, she's famous for directing the One Piece episodes 982 and 1115. Straw Hat Stories is an official novel by Tomohito Oshaki, and 3 of the stories, Luffy, Sanji, and Robin's, were initially published in the first 3 One Piece magazine volumes, and the rest of the stories were included when the novel was released in a book format. Unfortunately, not all the stories were adapted, and technically some of the content was changed to fit for the fan letter episode. The fan letter was essentially the Straw Hats reuniting on Sabaody Archipelago, and we see the different members of the island's population go about their lives, being drawn into the chaos of the Straw Hats trying to head for Fishman Island. I've seen a common mistake that people have been making, saying that the One Piece fan letter is a filler. It is not. As I mentioned, this is an official licensed spin-off that, even though it wasn't written by Oda, he did approve it. It actually adds depth to the story and helps us understand the One Piece world better, so if anything, it's much better than a filler episode. So the fan letter started off with the fighting from Marineford, and just a quick highlight of the main fights that took place. We saw some of Marco and Kizaru's clash, all of the warlords in action. Boa Hancock, she's looking good as always. There was Mihawk and Vista, they were going for a clash. Doflamingo taking out Little Oars' egg, Crocodile using his devil fruit, as well we see Jinbei, Moria, and the others. It was just so cool seeing a flash of all the chaos that took place during Marineford, and I'll go a little bit more into the Marines' point of view later in this video, talking about their reactions to seeing this battle with all these heavy hitters in one place. How discouraged or encouraged they were really puts some scenes into perspective, like Akainu killing those that ran off from the battlefield, or different soldiers that were hiding. Seeing this really made me itch and want a Marineford remake with updated animation and better pacing, similar to what we're getting with the Fishman Island remake. Marineford, it's a really popular arc and it's a lot of people's favorites. Personally, it's not mine. Maybe that's because of how the pacing is, and if we got a remake, maybe I would enjoy it a lot more. Later in the fan letter, there was a part of it where different people, they were at a bar and they were debating who the strongest swordsman was. They brought up people like Mihawk, like Zoro, like Vista. In the novel, this scene is actually a little bit different. It took place after Dressrosa, so when Zoro ended up cutting Pika, and that's why in the novel this scene made a little bit more sense, because people were talking about Zoro because he had just cut Pika and they just witnessed that, which kind of explains why they decided to switch the verbiage up a little bit and change direction, saying that Zoro, he's more of this up and coming swordsman who will be the best, and he's currently training right now to claim the title. And that was just the first time. What I really liked about was later in the episode they debated again with adding other characters into it, talking about Whitebeard and how some people were saying that he used the Naginata, so he's not considered a swordsman, and said that Akainu, he's actually the strongest out of all of them. And this reminds me so much of different times when the One Piece community tries to power scale characters or just has debate like this. This is just what we do, so it's really cool to see this be implemented. And I guess you could say technically people in the One Piece verse, they power scale characters just like us. But if you guys have made it this far into the video and you're enjoying the content, let me know by leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. I pump out different One Piece content all the time. I think think one thing that the fan letter does extremely well is showcase how much these Straw Hats impact people's lives. A lot of the times whenever they go on an island and leave, we see how much they impacted, but it's more so on the level, and sometimes we do see it with the citizens, but it's really about the main characters like Vivi, Momo, Rebecca, Shirahoshi, and a lot others. But what I like about this is how people of non-importance to the story are showcasing how these Straw Hats impact their life, because a lot of people, they have a negative perception on pirates in general, and even Luffy, sometimes, you know, he's seen as like this devil or like this monster, when in actuality the Straw Hats are nice people. It's just really a change of pace seeing this, especially the two characters, the brothers at Marineford and the little girl who wanted to give Nami a letter. Let's start with the brothers, how the younger one would always get shit from the other brother, and because of how Luffy was so passionately trying to get to Ace and save him, it motivated the brother who was going to run away from the battle because he was wounded and he felt that all hope was lost, was suffering from despair. Luffy's actions made him want to go back and save his brother. Same with the little girl who looked up to Nami. She called her her hope. She dresses up like her, and she wants to live in a world where power is everything, and even if she gets trampled on, she still wants to struggle to live a free life, and she came to think that way because of Nami. So yeah, seeing how the Straw Hats can affect these random people and random civilians, it's just really cool and a nice touch. There's one more smaller detail that I liked. It's about the main girl from the fan letter. She doesn't have a name, but this is the girl that looked up to Nami and wanted to see her, and she had a really dope scene on the ship where she was trying to prevent the Marines from sinking the Straw Hat ship so that Nami could finally set sail, and so she stole the letter when the Marines thought that it was the access card to the main weapon that would sink the Straw Hats. And a small detail to me, and I very well could be reading a little bit too much into this, but I like how she stole the letter and was evading Marines on the ship because it reminded me so much of Nami. It was like she pickpocketed them and then became a mini cat burglar like Nami, because let's be honest, this is something exactly that Nami would do. And the cherry on top was, even though she was unable to give Nami the letter, she was able to see her set sail, and if you saw my reaction, I was hyped because she went through a lot of bullshit throughout this episode, and so she definitely deserved to be rewarded seeing Nami set sail. But yeah, that's my quick review of the One Piece fan letter. I thought it was a really good episode, and shout out to Megumi Ishitani for directing it. Some people have said that it's the greatest and the best One Piece episode of all time, and I think those people are overrating it just a little bit. But I do like the attention to detail, the animation, and how it connects to the One Piece world. This episode embodies why One Piece is the best in the anime manga industry when it comes to world building. But let me know how you guys feel about the One Piece fan letter. As I said, I didn't get to do a reaction, I'm sorry for that, but I do have some videos on my YouTube shorts. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.